Hi everybody, it's Lewpac here from AlbionTV. Today, I'm very happy to be joined by Moritz Bokelmann, or Mo, as we go from there, who I know pretty well. It's great to see you, Mo.
Very good.
And this is your first time on the camera here?
No.
You have done one, have you? Not?
I've not done interviews, but I've done a couple of dev talks. I've been part of some trailers.
So you are currently head of production here at Sandbox Interactive. But you seem to like what you do, and you've had a journey through the company as an employee.
Yes.
You've, like a lot of people that join the company though, you've also had to have a journey through Albion as a player.
I have.
Because, you know, it's a big thing, isn't it? You start at Albion. If you're not familiar with the product, you've got to play some Albion.
Yeah.
Right? And,
yeah, absolutely.
And you had a specific welcome to Albion moment, I believe.
I did.
With a prominent member of the community.
Exactly. I had a pretty funny initiation with the game in a way where, of course, when I started out as an employee here, I played a lot to get familiar with the game, and I gathered a lot. I built up an island in Fort Sterling, and then at one point I realized, holy smokes, I can make a lot of money selling stuff to the black market. So I decided to move my island to Caerleon.
Okay.
At one point, I packed up all my stuff into an ox. I went through the red zone, and I got caught by Nomad Poncho on stream, got killed, lost everything I owned at that point. And our producer at the time was watching the stream, saw me, recognized my character name, took a clip and presented it to the entire company at Show and Tell. That was my welcome to Albion moment.
So Nomad probably didn't know he'd killed a dev.
No, he had no idea.
There's many devs that, there's many that do what you do and play to learn the product as you're an employee.
Yeah, we all play and we love it. And I did back then a lot. I play less now. I have more things to do, but yeah.
Well, you lost all your stuff. Nomad, you uninstalled. Nomad, you made him uninstall.
Exactly.
You rage quit.
I rage quit.
You didn't rage quit the company though.
No.
And now head of production. So from a game dev sort of company, what does the head of production do?
I do like to say that I do a whole lot of sitting in meetings, and basically I'm a full-time meeting enjoyer. No, really what I do is I make sure that everyone knows what we're currently working towards. I make sure everyone knows what the deadlines are. I make sure we put proper projects together that we can then actually release. Given the resources that we have, and things like that. So it's really what I'm mainly in charge of is making sure that there's no one sitting around doing nothing because they don't know what's going on.
Right. So if Albion was a train, you're the conductor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. That fits quite well.
You like to keep everything on track, and part of that is this new development cycle, right? The updates meeting in line with the seasons, which is a massive, massive impact in my opinion. I've always thought that because the expansions, the updates are a great time to come back to the game, the fact that they synergize with a new season makes them even better to come back to the game. But with that change, you've now put yourself on a time constraint where before you could say, okay, the update's going to be delayed a few weeks, it is what it is. But now if you want it to hit the season marker, so has that posed additional challenges to you and the team? Because you haven't missed one yet. Yeah,
it's had a pretty massive impact, of course, on how we do things. And we've had to change a lot of internal processes and structures to accommodate for this very tight timeline. 3-month production cycles effectively means that we have 2 months of production work and 1 month of aftercare of the last update and testing of the new update. So really the timeline is pretty tight to get new stuff into the game.
Yeah.
And we did not have a significant lead up period. So we were just at one point,
this is how it is now.
This is how we're going to do it
Let's
now.
go.
And obviously it's a good idea. Getting content to players in more frequent intervals is just a no-brainer.
Yeah, of course.
And the responses that we've gotten out of the community so far have been really good. Of course, it also means that each update can't be as big as they may have used to be. But we really felt that this works, and I would be lying if I said that it wasn't without difficulties for us internally.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. It's nice to work towards something. But really, the difficulty is in making the plans, right? You have to in order to deliver content in very short intervals, you need to make sure that you have a good plan, that everyone knows what the plan is, everyone knows when and how they have to execute on something. They have to know about dependencies, like when do I have to finish something?
Who needs what by when?
Exactly, exactly. Who needs what by when, so we can actually get the last dependency steps done in time.
So then, talking about obviously delivering these updates, I'd love to know, like, which is your favorite update in your time here at SBI? Like, which is the update that you're most proud of, or your personal favorite? Either really. Is there one that stands out to you that was like, we smashed it?
Yeah. There have been a couple, and I've been part of a lot of updates at this point. I think I started just after the Nimue update, which was also when the game launched on Steam. I think if I had to pick a favorite, it would be Queen, because we just made such massive changes to the open world.
That was a massive
that was
one.
Great, and that was really one that everyone pulled together. That was really one where I felt, damn, pretty impressive that we achieved that all together.
And it's nice to see you guys so passionate. And you said about your journey through SBI. There's so many people. Like I've been involved with SBI for 8.5 years now, something like that. And the amount of people that are still here from when I first came here, or from that first batch. And it's I've always thought this is such a pleasant environment.
One of the things that I love about this company is that when I joined in 2018, we were like 30 people.
Yeah.
And out of those 30 people, now 6 years later, there's 25 still here.
Yeah.
So it's really, we've barely lost anyone from the core that the company was built up.
It says a lot in game dev. Like it's quite a turnover heavy industry.
It is for sure. Yeah.
But also I think that probably helps that, with Sandbox, Albion is the product. There isn't the next product.
Yeah.
So people get a sense of investment in their work because they know that they put work into the project. It's still the project they're going to be on in a year, 2 years.
Yeah, I mean that's something that I think we can also be really proud of. I mean, the typical life cycle of an MMO, especially of a complex one, is launch, lots of players, and then steady decline. And Albion, really, we've grown. I mean, we've gone through many different phases. We've also prioritized correctly. We launched. There was a dip down after launch, but then with Steam, free to play, mobile, new servers, we've gone up, and we want to keep that trajectory. We want to keep growing. We want to keep getting new players on board, and of course, reactivating those who may have stopped at one point. And so I think we're doing the right moves, and we can be very proud of that.
So something I love to talk about with any member of staff, whether it's development, video, accounts, when I get the chance to have these one-on-ones, I always want to know, what type of Albion player are you, right? Because I feel that gives me an insight into the person. So, I know I've seen some of the guys, they like a bit of Corrupted, they like a bit of Mists. Some people are Yellow Zone warriors. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Not my sort of thing. Some people are economy players. What are your favorite activities to do if you're playing?
I actually play a lot of different things, and I've really tried to try out every aspect of the game to a degree that it's possible. When I play normally, I play like 5-person group content. I typically play a tank, Incubus Mace, go in, debuff the mobs, and play that. That's kind of my typical content nowadays, but I used to play very actively the farming game. I've gotten together with some guilds, and they've let me play some ZVZs with them.
Okay.
So I've gotten to see a side of Albion that not many players actually get to see, and I really enjoyed that. Every now and then, with some of the game designers that are like very hardcore about the game, I dive in and I play some 2v2 Hellgates, and I really enjoy that. It's super fun content.
I love 2v2s. That's great.
Really good content. Yeah.
The problem is when there's only 2 of you, you know who messed up.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So that's a high pressure.
Well, and I mean, typically I'm the one who messed up because I'm obviously less experienced than some of the players. But
like if you're playing 5s or 10s, right? It's not as obvious because you're 10% of the team or 20% of the team. Yeah. So what would be your favorite weapon in Albion Online?
Great Axe.
Great Axe. Yeah. Spin to win.
Spin to win. I used to play a lot of longbow. I used to play a lot of fire staffs.
Okay.
And then tank, obviously. I used to play a lot of mace, one-handed mace or incubus mace. And the great axe I picked up when group play became a little bit less, and I went out solo, and then just put a super cheap great axe mercenary jacket built together, go into a dungeon, sustain forever.
It's pretty good, yeah.
It's also visually fun gameplay, so.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me, Mo. I hope I'm back again soon, and I hope we get to chat again soon. But it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for taking the time, and I'll let you get back to your many, many meetings.
Thank you.